Hey everybody, welcome back to our furniture flipping adventure. My name's Sarah and I am working on this haul table this week. I've actually already started it. As you can see, the glass is already gone because I have gotten this piece all cleaned, and that was no easy feat. With all of these details, it was a bit of a challenge to get in all the cracks and crevices with my cleaner, making sure to remove all the buildup of dirt and dust from over the years of use. Now this piece is quite gold, and I'm sure in a grand house that an all gold haul table would be perfect, but often grand houses don't buy their furniture second hand from marketplace, and that's generally where I sell things. So I'm going to be taming this down just a little bit and making it a little more subtle glam. So that's what we're going for today. I'm going to start my sanding. I got a new sanding sponge. This is just an angled one. It's 180 grit, and I'm going to be getting in as much as I can into these details, but I'm also going to be working mostly on smoothing out the finish that is failing and falling off, making sure that I get everything smooth before I try to start painting. So I've gotten this piece completely sanded, or as completely sanded as I'm going to get it, and then I had to go back through and clean off all the sanding dust. So now it is ready for paint. I have never used Fusion mineral paint before, but I asked some of my fellow furniture flippers for a recommendation for the blackest black, and this was one of the ones recommended, and it was sold not too far away from me by a stockist, so win-win. I'm going to give it a try today. I've read the instructions this time, so hopefully no surprises will come up for me. But let's get her going. My first coat goals, I guess you could say, is to make sure that all the nooks and crannies get painted. It's not going to probably look all that great for a first coat, but yeah, going to make sure I get in all the crevices. So I'm about this far into the piece, and this paint is spreading very smoothly. Again, it's a bit thinner than a regular like chalk paint, but that's perfectly fine. It makes it a lot easier to spread, for sure. But first impressions are favorable. Again, I wasn't expecting great coverage over this gold with a coat of black. You would think, you know, black, great dark color, it'll cover everything up, but you're going to need to work with thin coats. That'll just give you a better finish overall. So don't try to get it completely covered with your first coat. Just let this be the coat that you build everything off of. So I know what you're probably thinking. If you've watched my channel any length of time, you're probably thinking, okay, so she's gonna paint it black and then she's gonna bring gold back into it. Because we all know Sarah likes gold. It's not what I'm doing. It's not the plan. It was my first plan, but it's not what I'm doing. For my second coat, I switched to my paint sprayer because I wanted this piece to have the absolute smoothest finish possible. I used light, quick passes over the piece so that I could spray it from multiple directions without building up too much that would cause drips. And even though there was some awkward angles, I got most of the piece completely covered with that spray and only had to go back in with my brush into one or two areas that I couldn't work my paint sprayer into. Alright, it's time to add some drama back into our piece. And like I said, I'm not using gold, but I'm going to use silver. This is Rub 'n Buff's Silver Leaf, and I've had this tube around for quite a while, waiting for the perfect project to try it out on. And I think this may be it. We'll have to wait and see. Now, with a decorative wax like this being your very last step in a project, you're probably wondering what happened to my top coat. Well, you didn't blink and miss it. I actually didn't apply one. Fusion Mineral Paint has a bit of a built-in top coat into its formula. It does recommend using a top coat when on high traffic areas, so if this was a dresser or a tabletop or something like that, you would definitely need protection. But the painted part on this piece, except for when you're moving it, I don't see that it's ever even going to be touched. There's a big thick pane of glass that sits on top, and the rest is just decoratively holding it up. So there really is no scenario in which this painted part is going to be high traffic in any way. So I've decided that since I really love the sheen that is with this paint, I'm going to leave it as is. So I know I said at the beginning that I was going to make this piece a little more subtle glam, but now that I'm looking at it, it's not very subtle, is it? It's just glamorous. And I love it. I have loved gold so much that I never even thought about silver. Please let me know down in the comments what you think. Do you love the silver, or do you think it's a little too dramatic? Let me know your thoughts. I love reading and responding to comments. Thank you so much for joining me this week. I really enjoyed this project and I hope you did too. If there's anything about it that you liked, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. And if you're looking for a really black, I highly recommend this paint. I'll have a list of products down in the description for you to look at just in case you want to reference it. And I'll see you all next time with our next project. I'm Sarah with our furniture flipping adventure. Goodbye for now.